Will a woman with what? Alright. Good one, yes ma'am. What? We might be up for a new seating arrangement soon. I hear your request. I deny the motion at this time, but maybe one day soon. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate your rating on your agenda, sir. Good afternoon. Good morning. Tony Marie, is that you? Come on in, guys. Take a seat and write down your agenda, please. We are also going to be doing some Greek and Latin roots, so make sure you grab your writer's notebooks, please. Yes, sir. Charles, do you have yours? Your writer's notebook. No. I know. Alright. So let's take about 30 seconds. Copy down your agenda for me, please. And then I'll give you an idea of what we have planned for today. Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to pause it on this screen? Okay. So, as you're writing this down, I'm going to just let you know what we're going to be kind of taking on today. So, yesterday we did some station work, right? Write down that uniform. We kind of looked at revision. So, making our essays better, not making them right. All right, that's editing. But we talk about revision. So, we're going to be doing some revision rounds that will be very similar to the skills that we learned at the stations yesterday, all right? And then what you're going to do, kind of like the entire writing process, right, is writing, letting your brain sit and think, writing again, sit and think, improve, write, all right? So it's an ongoing process, and that's what we're going to be doing. Our final draft of this essay won't be due for another couple weeks, but today we're going to go in and revise it and make it better, okay? And we're going to actually rewrite our essay. So we made copies of your essays that you can mark and improve and scratch out on and write over, and then you're going to get a clean sheet today, and you're going to record those revisions. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So, if you would please, first thing we have to do, we have to open up our writer's notebooks to the Greek and Latin roots section, please. And you're going to make one new foldable, because last week was our first one of the semester. So, a new foldable, alright? And we've got 2 words, but each one has 3 derivatives, okay? So, the same amount of writing needs to go down. So, as you're kind of getting all settled, first of all, it's on this sideboard, but second of all, let's remember that while we're taking these notes, it's important because you never know when you're going to get an open note quiz like last week, okay? So, I really want you to try to be focusing during this process, please. That would make it a lot better. So, as Google notes, the first word that you have is hyper, okay? Hyper, which is over or above. That's on the board back here, okay? Over or above. Okay, so the first word, hyperactive, all right? That's like being on a sugar fresh. Extremely active. We use the kind of shortened abbreviation of this word all the time when you're saying somebody's hyper. Really what you mean is they're hyperactive. They're extremely active. Okay? Greek and Latin. The second one, hyperbole. I always read that word and I think hyperbole. That's what it looks like. Alright? And that's an exaggerated statement. So if I say, I've told you 1,000,000 times, I probably haven't told you 1,000,000 times. That would be a lot of times. Just when you thought I was out, people. I'm smarter than the smart word. Alright, the last derivative, the last word that contains the root. Hypersensitive. Is overly sensitive, okay? Valentine's Day is coming up, alright? So, hopefully nobody is hypersensitive. I heard on the radio today that the average person in a relationship spends like $140 on Valentine's Day. $140. That is a lot of money to spend on one day. Okay, now underneath where you just recorded your thesis, okay? It says reread the problem to make sure that your thesis is on topic. We just did that, okay? So check the more on topic, rewrite it on your essay, okay? So this is the part of the writing process that's so important. You have to write it, read it again, think, does this actually make sense? And if it doesn't, no big deal. Nothing is set in stone. We're not over here with the 10 Commandments, right? Like chiseling it in, like, oh, that's the wrong word. Well, okay, everybody's just going to have to follow that one, all right? Like, you can erase, you can mark out. This is just your second draft, okay? So I want you to make it better. Revise it, okay? Make it make more sense, okay? Yeah, you can just write it right there. If you... Again, these are all working copies. We're working towards our final goal. If you don't have room, you can't wait. But maybe your thesis is awesome, and that's what you want to stick with, and you're totally ready to move on to the next thing. If that's the case, thumbs up. Very good. I'm excited for you. Okay, so while you're in the thesis mode, we're going to talk real briefly, okay? So pencils down, and then everybody face this board so that we can just very quickly go over what I'm expecting in your thesis, okay? So I'm waiting on a couple eyes, but Right? So, we talked a little bit yesterday in our stations. The example was, what is your favorite animal? Okay? Now, if the prompt says, what is your favorite animal, I would need to restate the prompt in my thesis somehow. Okay? It doesn't have to be word for word, but I need to make sure that my reader knows what the topic of my essay is going to be about. So, dogs are the best animals because they are loyal, loving, and fun. Okay? That's my thesis. So, with your guys' thesis about the effects of conflict, like I said, there should be something about conflict, effects, relationships in your thesis. Yes, sir?
Is it okay if we have two because it's 126 slides?
Yeah, so we talked about only doing two. I did three here for the sake of, just the example, but very good question, right? Now, I talked about being loyal, loving, and fun. So my examples, alright, my body paragraphs need to be about how dogs are loyal, how dogs are loving, and how dogs are fun. If all of a sudden I start talking about how dogs came from wolves, or if your dog gets rabies, you need to get a big shot in your stomach or something, I'm off on the wrong track, okay? I need to go back and be like, oh wait, I need to take that example out because that's not about dogs being fun, that's about dogs being scary, alright? So, the next thing says, highlight any and all examples. I'm at the bottom of the page, okay? I'm at the bottom of the page, it's bold. It says, highlight any and all examples you give in your essay, and then follow this checklist. Flip on the back for the checklist, okay? It says, do the examples you give relate to your thesis? List your examples in the following blanks, okay? So you're going to go through, you're going to list your examples, and then you're going to say, that's about dogs being loyal, check. Oh yes, that example definitely explains why dogs are super fun, check, okay? I started talking about rabies, X, okay? So, does everybody understand what we're doing for the next part, which is making sure all of our examples relate back to the thesis? Do you understand what I'm expecting there? Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay, I'm going to let you get to it. I'm just going to talk really briefly. If you need to add in more examples, if for instance you didn't get a lot done on your first draft, you were stumped, had writer's block, that's okay. This is a perfect time right now to be expanding on your ideas, to be rewriting, for the first time, alright? It is okay. I want you to be expanding on those ideas, making it better, okay? That's the writing process.